All right, we've got a quick Georgia update with the Fani Willis. As you know, Fani Willis is allowed to stay on the trial, continue to prosecute as long as Mr. Wade is gone. So that was done as soon as the verdict came down. Another thing that followed the verdict very quickly is Mr. Jim Jordon, our congressperson, the Lord of Locker Room Oversight himself, is now investigating through Congress Fani Willis's misuse of federal funds. Yet another blind accusation with absolutely no evidence, just to try and delay everything. And as if that can't be enough, today Miss Marjorie Taylor Greene filed charges to try and have her disbarred. Because, of course, when there's no evidence, what do you have to do? You try and everything you possibly can. So this is getting way out of hand. This is really, really funny, but it's kind of pathetic because the Republicans who swear up and down that want to do everything for America first and the only thing is about protecting American really, really don't seem to care about evidence and facts, because as an American, as an independent, there are differences between the parties. And the big one is when there's a Democratic issue, when there's a question or an allegation against a Democratic person, Democrats may be upset by it. They may not agree with it, but they let the investigations happen for the most part. Usually they kind of take care of it themselves. If there's a look of impropriety or something, they'll kick somebody out of the party. I mean, ask Anthony Weiner, ask Al Franken, they're trying to get Bob Menendez out and all that. So, they try and kind of do it themselves. Whereas the Republicans, you have Marjorie Taylor Greene, you have Matt Gaetz, the gentleman who literally sent Venmos to underage girls and in the memo wrote for having relations with underage girls and bringing them across state lines, and he still has his job. And then you have the almighty Cheeto of honesty, and they don't even want to know what evidence is out there. If America was first, and if these people were actually patriots, and if the Republicans that are still blindly defending Donald J. Trump are daring to use the word patriot or country, love of country, as an excuse, and they don't even want these cases to go forward, it's love of Trump. It's Trump first. It's not country first. Because if it was country first, you would want to see the evidence. And you would want to make a determination whether or not that guy is actually who he pretends to be. The problem is the people who know him the best, they're the ones who produced 90% of all that evidence. The people who were by his side, who he used to call friends. So, think before you vote. Hopefully you'll research before you vote, because America does need to come first. This country does need to take priority over party. You've got a woman just trying to do her job, and a case with a whole bunch of evidence. And one side wants nothing to do with the evidence, no matter what it is. They don't even want to look. And they call themselves patriots. Got news for you. If you don't want to look at the evidence and you're not curious about whether or not any of these legal cases against Donald Trump are real, you don't have any inkling of curiosity of what evidence they may be talking about, what potential evidence could have persuaded four grand juries full of both Republicans and Democrats to say guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Because that right there says there's a lot of real evidence. So again, I ask you, if it's about country first, if it's about America first, why doesn't the evidence matter to you? Asking for a friend. And by friend, I mean this country. Our country. Stay diligent, stay educated, be kind. We are all in this together. Even though some of us want to refuse to even pay attention. because we're still blinded by one man who says otherwise.